And welcome back everyone to the playthrough. For today's episode, basically we're going to be showing you guys the extra characters I did not show off during the actual livestream Let's Play. That is, I'm going to be showing off extra characters, extra boards, and an extra map or two that wasn't really shown. As well as a few bonus modes here and there. But for this time around, for this level, I'm going to be showing you guys Silver on riding the Gambler in Dolphin Resort. Is this Dolphin Resort? Yeah, Dolphin Resort normal. So basically Silver is... The thing about the characters is they give a little stat boost, and I believe Silver is categorized under the skill... I guess the skill category, since flight, power, and speed are kind of shoved on the boards. Which I kind of didn't like when they did that in Zero Gravity. Because it's really funny to see like Cream the Rabbit bust through rocks in Zero Gravity, because her fists got like gigantic. But to actually talk about the game, we're watching right now, Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, give my final opinions on it, since I didn't really do that well of a job on the live stream, is a very game. It's a game I kind of wanted to play when I first saw it, Rabbit Sonic fan here, but I never had a Connect, nor had any interest to get one, since this was kind of the only game I wanted to play on it. And I was really saddened by the fact that you couldn't use a controller for this. Sonic Freeriders requires Connect. And that kind of bummed me out. But when the gears started turning in my head like years later, when I started doing this playthrough business, and decided I want to play Freeriders. I don't have a Connect. My friend has a Connect. He never touches it. The person who got a Connect with his Xbox bundle never touches it anymore. Quite bad how it's still pushing into Connect though. Whatever. But then I signed up for a free trial of GameFly, and then kind of put two and two together and realized I could play this game. I have a limited amount of time. During that time frame, I'll probably get the most out of it. I won't be able to collect everything like I did with Riders of Sonic Zero Gravity, but the game's controls are kind of literally backbreaking, so I probably won't want to be playing this game to 100%. And that's where the livestream Let's Play came from, showing my semi-first-hand experience of how the game actually is. Which overall, it looks very nice, not gonna lie. For when the game came out, it still looks very nice. But the controls are very I would have really preferred the game to be focused more around controller support, and have Connect be like a separate thing, or a bonus thing. But then the whole Sonic Freeriders bit wouldn't really work that much, since the whole Freeriders thing is just a gimmick anyway. I don't even mind it, but it's just a nice little thing I wish they did. It would have made the game a lot more enjoyable for me, since not many of my friends would actually, come over and play this game when we have lots of other games, which is kind of bad. But of all the Freerider games, I would really rank this on like the lowest, mostly because the controls, music is decent, the levels are nice and varied. I mean, and they look very nice. Gotta add that. Each of them have their own little special Connect of what type of gimmick, like this one's swimming, the Western one's rodeo, and so on and so forth. And yeah, game's just gets like a C in my book. Not a bad game, but not exactly a good game. And I still don't exactly know what the Gambler does in this game, because the Gambler in past games gives you more rings, or allows you to get more rings after. But this time, I think it's based on your rank, or like how you get in like the races. But I don't know. I didn't really experiment with it that much because I couldn't really care that much. But now off to the minigames. So for this minigame, we're gonna be taking on this, I guess, minigame. I'm gonna repeat myself a lot, I noticed, with Blaze the Cat riding her Flame Lance. For this minigame, basically it's a battle race. You ride around in this city, somewhat appropriate I guess, shooting out your fellow racers with whatever you can find in the item boxes, such as bowling balls, in this case, or missiles. And the goal of this is obviously to get the most points at the very end of the timer. This is a pretty fun minigame, not gonna lie. It's probably slightly more enjoyable than anything. But if I have to say, is well, the minigames are just kind of eh. The controls aren't that well enough for you to time it, and the missiles just auto-lock on, so it's not that much of skill. The only way they actually make this race somewhat challenging in a sense is just shoving barricades everywhere, along with the actual level design. And that doesn't make it that much more enjoyable, it just makes it kind of annoying, having these random things pop out of nowhere. I mean, fair enough, the timer bombs that your opponent can drop down, I don't mind those. The bowling balls, you know, the ones that are going back and forth right there, I don't mind that. But the controls aren't well enough for me to enjoy this kind of gameplay. Since most of the game's on a straight line, you can't move that well, it gets pretty annoying. Especially at this turn. It's very hard to turn in this game, which is, you know, a big thing about this game.
No, this can't be.
Can't be what you want. Yeah, first place. I got like 30 points above Wave. That's pretty good, not gonna lie. I may complain about this minigame, but apparently I'm really good with Blaze at it. So with this little minigame out the way, let's go to something a bit more, you know, Sonic-y, I guess you could call it. Right now, I'm going to quickly switch over to another race, which involves, no, I quickly shoved in here because of the little video issue, racing with Dr. Eggman. And basically the goal of this minigame is to ride around and collect rings. Same kind of premise as the battle one, where you have to collect the most rings by the end of the timer. Whoever has the most gets first, second, or third. Now, why I chose... There's a reason... There's actually added reason why I chose Eggman for this one. Mostly because the bikes in this game control a lot easier and are a lot less physically straining than a board. Since basically for the bike, you have to hold your hands out and... yeah, just hold your hands out and turn like you're riding a bike. Vroom, vroom, stuff like that. So it makes this... oh, bastard. Makes this minigame a lot easier to actually maneuver around and collect rings. So if you ever do this minigame, choose a bike. That's kind of all I have to say about it, really. Other than that, this minigame's kind of... eh. Nothing really much about it, really. The minigames are just bonus things, really. And they don't really add that much. Which is kinda sad. But that basically boils down back to controls. The game doesn't control well enough to do more, I guess, a greater variety of minigames. No, you can do like Trick Race. You can maybe do, I guess, Ring Race. They also have a minigame in this game, which I didn't really demonstrate because I couldn't. They have a pairing minigame, or a type of race, I should call it. And they have a pairing type of race where two people stand hand in hand, you know, two hands on each other's hands. And basically, on the game, it acts like it shows two riders riding right next to each other, holding hands. Sounds like a couples game to me, but I don't know what kind of couple would play Sonic Free Riders on a date. But now, let's go back to the actual racing. This level may not seem familiar at first, but once you get here, you'll quickly realize that we're traveling through Metal City. And for those of you who played the original Sonic Riders, Free Riders horrible. Played the original Sonic Riders, will notice that this is the first level you actually play. So I like how this game does a nice little callback to the first game. And what more appropriate way to ride around this level than with Metal Sonic riding the Crazy Taxi. I would like to keep in mind that the Crazy Taxi, like all other incarnations of the Sonic Riders series, are run by rings. So whenever you boost, shut up Xbox. That thing got annoying. So whenever you like do the kick boost, you deplete rings, not air. This thing doesn't even gain air. Which is why it's a nice touch to add the the electric shield. So basically, whenever you're near rings, you have to struggle as much. And I also like how that's a nice little touch with the boards. It's not only just grind, fly, power, red acceleration. You can add like a lot of different types of I guess modifications to your board in different slots. Like I believe you can make it so you don't get hit by things. That you get better items. You turn better, obviously. That's something I definitely need here, that's for sure. And stuff like that. So that kind of modification is really nice. I like that. I kind of wish they, you know, made the game a slightly more accessible to other people, to more people, with added controller support. And they could implement that. But there's a good chance it's probably going to be the last Sonic Riders we see. If not just for a while. Because this game... Oh, Jesus Christ, Tank. I mean, Train. Because probably this game didn't do that well because of the Kinect thing and the controls. It got bad reviews. So, it's probably the last one we're going to be seeing. Unless Sega decides, let's bring back the Babylon Rogues so we can listen to Jet's beautiful voice. I mean, seriously though, the story for this game, it's kind of weird. I mean, it doesn't involve the Chaos Emeralds, no big grand story. It's just kind of a basic race. It's a very big I'm not exactly complaining, I'm just stating it's a very big step down from the previous stories. You know, Sonic Riders had the whole, just ancient Babylon rogues, and turned out they were genies. And then Zero Gravity had this whole Eggman built, like, what was it? Mediotech? Tried to collect the Arcs of the Cosmos. Found out the Babylon rogues were descendants of aliens, which made people really confused, because what are they, genies or aliens? Are genies aliens? It's kind of weird, stuff like that. But this game is just basically, you know, a tournament, a race, a World Grand Prix, the third one. And just Team Dark, Team Rose, with Vector, who needs money because he's a poor fellow. It's quite bad. I feel so sorry for Vector in this game, because it's like stated outright that he has no money. He's poor, and he needs this money. I feel so sorry for him. But yeah, with Metal Sonic beating Metal City, I think we got one more surprise stored away for you guys. You know, something that's been like in every Sonic Riders game, you know, and almost every single Sonic game. Something that kind of involves 7 special gems, as it were. And what better way to show off these 7 special gems than in the Expert City level of Metal City. So basically, what I'm referring to, of course, are the Chaos Emeralds. The Chaos Emeralds are run by, 50 rings. After you get 50 rings, you turn to the Great and Mighty Super Sonic. Which in this game, it's kind of difficult to actually get Super Sonic. The thing about this board is, actually, you don't have any gear slots open at all. Like the modification slots, like in the top left-hand corner. Because that would be cheating. And actually, I was lied to. I completely forgot. This game doesn't go on regular Sonic logic. After every 30 rings. After 30 rings, you turn to the Great and Mighty Super Sonic. And you're probably wondering, you're Super Sonic, why aren't your rings going down? Well, in order for your rings to actually go down, you have to do a kick boost. During that time, you basically get all the powers. I believe you get all the powers. Don't quote me on this, because I haven't played this game in quite a while. But I know you get power. You're basically invincible. You know, basic invincibility stuff. You have power, you have flight, and I believe you can grind, but I haven't been able to grind whenever I tried doing it. Because it's very difficult in this level to actually find a grind spot. Or properly do a grind spot. It was also very nice that every time I actually picked up an item in this race, I got rings. So that's really nice. That's really lovely. Another thing I should add about the supersonic form is every time you go off a ramp, just in general, you always get S ranks. You can never get lower than S rank when you're supersonic. I forget if it counted towards regular Sonic. I should probably look at the footage before I actually record, but all that matters for this board is supersonic. Reaching critical mass. It's quite funny how in the speed bar, or the air bar or whatever, that your air bar is shaking, overflowing with power. Nice little touch there. Yeah, basically, yeah. It counts for just any version of Supersonic, whether Supersonic, Flight Mode, or regular Sonic. Just whenever you have the board, you always get S ranks. So other than that, there's not really much else to say. Supersonic is a nice little addition, and it's kind of game-breaking, because you literally have to worry about nothing, only your ring count. Even then, from the rate I'm going, I get nothing but ring cans, so I'm perfectly fine. But, yeah. Supersonic. Another thing I should actually add about Supersonic in this game is that whenever you have the Supersonic board equipped and you cross the finish line, instead of saying Sonic, actually, a nice little touch they did is they added Supersonic instead of Sonic. And there's another ring can. I swear, when I was recording this, I got nothing but ring cans. It's like the game's thanking me for playing it with it so much. I mean, otherwise, if I wasn't able to rent it, I would never buy this game. I mean, you know, that goes against my thing of trying to play all Sonic games and buy all Sonic games. But this game, I don't have a Kinect. I would have to borrow my friend's Kinect, which I need to give back. And I recorded this game quite a while ago. So with that, it's kind of... It's not really a game I would go out and buy. I mean, before I decided renting it, I really looked hard for a cheap version of this game. And I couldn't find anything below $15. And I was not willing to pay $15 for a game I would barely ever touch. Fair enough, there are games in my library where I pay money for, and I have touched, you know, quite a lot of times. I probably should have rephrased that, but whatever. But it's now I always go back and play those games. I have the ability to go back and play those games if I want to. Many of them I haven't, but I can if I want to. This game, I can't because I don't have a Kinect, and I probably won't. This is like a really one-off thing. I mean, with the Kinects, it was a launch title for Kinect. It was a nice touch. It was a nice little game Sega tried to do to like bring back the Rider series for this game at least. But it was just kind of, it's like the game's a C for me, really. It's a nice concept. The controls are wonky at the most. The game looks very nice. The sound looks very nice. Voice acting is which is kind of weird because this is the first or second game before Colors? This game was the first game. No, this game was the second game to feature new voice actors for Sonic and Friends. The first was Colors. Yet for some reason, this game they did a job.
Nobody can keep up with me.
Yeah, there we go, Supersonic Goal, and I got first place, of course. Why wouldn't I? So thank you very much for joining me for this Sonic Free Riders playthrough. And I hope you guys enjoyed the playthrough. Hope maybe you're considering it. You know, it's a decent game, if for rental wise, but otherwise, it's only if you have a Kinect, really. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later on some other game in the future. Bye-bye.